TLDR. Homeboy's camera broke.
Imagine for a moment you're in an emergency room after an accident. You're shaken but physically okay. And then a doctor hands you a Gameboy with Tetris.
You need a Tetris shot.
Tetris. Psychology. Made. Simple.
Hey guys, apologies once again. I should have a new camera by tomorrow, so for tomorrow's episode, you should be able to see my face. I'll let you decide whether that's a good thing. So you're in the emergency room having been through a bit of an accident, and the doctor gives you Tetris, thinking that will help. Sounds absurd, right? But Oxford University researchers discovered that playing Tetris for just 20 minutes after trauma can reduce flashbacks. And this isn't pseudoscience, it's a legitimate intervention being tested in hospitals right now. In 2009, psychologist Dr. Emily Holmes ran a groundbreaking experiment. She had volunteers watch a traumatic film, graphic footage of real accidents and injuries. Then she split them into 3 groups. Group 1 sat quietly for 30 minutes. Group 2 played Tetris for 30 minutes, while Group 3 played a word game for 30 minutes. Over the next week, they tracked intrusive flashbacks, those unwanted visual memories that pop into your head. And the results? The Tetris group had significantly fewer flashbacks than both other groups, and not just a little fewer. We're talking a 62% reduction compared to doing nothing. And here's the weirder part, if that's not weird enough, the word game didn't help at all. In fact, it might have made things slightly worse. So what makes Tetris so special? To understand this, you need to know about memory consolidation, the process where your brain converts short-term memories into long-term storage. When something traumatic happens, your brain has just a few hours where that memory is still fragile and being processed. When something traumatic happens, your brain has a few minutes to a few hours, really, it varies. This small window where the memory of that traumatic event is still fragile and being processed. During this time, the memory lives in your visuospatial working memory, the part of your brain that handles visual images and spatial information. And this is where Tetris comes in. Tetris is a visuospatial task. When you're rotating blocks and planning where they fit, you're using the exact same neural networks that process traumatic visual memories. It's like trying to write 2 emails at once. Your brain can't quite fully focus on both. So by flooding your visuospatial working memory with Tetris, you're essentially competing with the trauma for brain resources during that critical consolidation window. And the word game didn't work because it uses verbal working memory, a completely different system. It's like trying to interrupt a video by playing music. Wrong channel. Just a reminder, guys, if you want more neuroscience and psychology that challenges what you thought you knew about the brain, hit the subscribe button. I break down the peer-reviewed research behind everyday psychology. And for the month of December, Monday to Friday, you're getting short episodes just like this. But researchers didn't stop there. They wanted to see what was actually happening in the brain. Follow-up studies using fMRI scans showed that people who played Tetris after viewing traumatic images had reduced activity in the amygdala, your brain's fear center, when later shown reminders of those images. Now here's something that really blew my mind. Playing Tetris doesn't erase the factual memory of what happened. You still remember the event cognitively. But it weakens the intrusive visual flashbacks, those vivid, unwanted images that characterize PTSD. It's like the difference between knowing you were in a car accident versus constantly re-experiencing the moment of impact in your mind's eye. So where is this being used? Emergency departments. Hospitals in the UK, particularly in the Oxford area, are now testing Tetris therapy in trauma units. Car accident victims, assault survivors, people who've just experienced something traumatic are given 20 minutes of Tetris gameplay as part of their psychological first aid. First responders. Paramedics and firefighters are being trained to use visuospatial tasks after traumatic calls to reduce their own PTSD risk. The catch: this only works during the consolidation window, when those memories of the trauma are being encoded into the long-term memory. Once that memory is fully encoded, Tetris can't help. It's preventative, not a cure for existing PTSD. An important note here, this is a complement to professional psychological support, not a replacement. If you've experienced trauma, please seek help from a mental health professional. Even if you're not dealing with major trauma, this research reveals something profound about how our memory works. Your memories aren't set in stone the moment they happen. There's a window where they're malleable. You can mold them like clay, where what you do afterwards can change how those memories are stored. This principle applies beyond trauma. Studying, testing yourself shortly after studying, another visuospatial task, strengthens memory consolidation. Sleep. Your brain replays and consolidates memories during sleep, which is why all-nighters tend to backfire. Rumination. Repeatedly thinking about negative events during the consolidation window can actually strengthen those painful memories. The Tetris effect shows us that timing matters when it comes to neuroscience. Your brain isn't just passively recording experiences, it's actively constructing your memories, and that construction process can be influenced. So the next time someone tells you video games are a waste of time, you can tell them about the Oxford research showing Tetris can literally prevent PTSD. And these kinds of findings and studies are why I love psychology so much. A simple puzzle game exploiting the quirks of working memory to reduce human suffering. Wow. What other video games do you think might have unexpected brain effects? I'm curious about what you think. For me, Minecraft pretty much saved my life. I'll tell you why some other time. I'll see you tomorrow.
Please like and subscribe, you legend.